For the first part of my session with my Mustang this morning, I offered him up some fresh grass that I pulled from across the fence as a kind of way to say hello to him. I'm doing this at the time because he's not so sure about me when I come around still, so this helps him get into a positive mindset when he's thinking about me because he's remembering being fed grass. Now, as you can see in his expression, he's a little more open to my presence. It is day 5 with my first wild Mustang, and even though yesterday on day 4 I was able to scratch him with my hand, today when I'm approaching him, he is feeling a little bit uncomfortable with my presence. Even though yesterday I was able to stand right next to him and scratch him with my own hand, I'm not going to push him by trying to get back to that place immediately at the beginning of our session on the next day. Now, when he moves around because he's feeling uncomfortable, I'm doing my best to match steps with him. It's really hard once he starts trotting, but as long as he's in a walk, I'm able to match steps with him, and I think that is actually helping a little bit as well. I notice when I do it, he definitely cocks his head to the side and is looking at me like, why are you doing that? So he's definitely noticing. And by posting this video, I just really wanted to emphasize that when we have expectations that our horse is going to pick up exactly where they left off the day before, we are setting ourselves up to be disappointed the next day if the horse is having an off day, or maybe they're just not feeling like doing that specific activity. Or like in this Mustang's case, he's just not completely ready to trust me that quickly yet. So I decided to hold my camera so you guys can really get a good look at what his face and body is saying as I'm doing these exercises. Here you can see he's rather stiff. His ears are directly pointed back at the stick. And you'll see in a moment, as soon as I get over his hind end here by scratching with my stick, he begins blinking a lot. That tells me he's relaxing, so now I'm going to step away and give him some space. This break allows him time to process what's going on and the fact that he's actually comfortable with it. Now, as soon as I've given him a long enough rest and he lets me know he's still comfortable, I know that I'm able to approach again and start again. So in this next clip, I'm doing the same process, but with my own hand this time. As you can see, he's relaxed in and settled with my presence enough now to let me actually come scratch him, which is a big difference compared to the beginning of this video. And this is where your patience and understanding really comes into play. Here you can see his face is really softening and he turns to look at me, so that is my cue that he's okay with me there, and I'm going to give him space to begin working on approaching his right side. He previously has not wanted to let me on this side at all, but today he actually turned and faced this direction, so I took that as a sign that I could definitely begin working on this side. Now, I started a lot further back than this, and I started with my stick fully extended out past my arm that was already fully extended. So I really started back at like probably over 10 feet away from him in the beginning. And I've worked my way up to this point by approaching and retreating. And he's seeming pretty comfortable with me on this side already. I'm making sure to give him really nice breaks here so that he can definitely feel comfortable. Here you can see him begin chewing, indicating that he's becoming even more comfortable with me standing by him. And so I decide to approach again and begin scratching in the same manner that I was. Now, I must have missed a little bit of tension there because he all of a sudden leaps forward and immediately turns that side away from me again. So I'm not going to force him to let me back on that side today. I'm going to let him think about the fact that he let me over there today and nothing bad happened. He just got a little bit too tense and felt the need to get away from me. So I just began working on the other side once more, and we got to this really nice and relaxed place, and I was able to begin working on one of the knots in his mane, as well as stand there scratching him while his eyes were blinking off like dozing to sleep, which is telling me that he's definitely warming up to me a little bit. He's still very unsure, which is definitely natural for a horse who's been wild, and a stallion for 12 years, so I'm very happy with this progress so far. And you can see here as I begin scratching his neck further up a little bit is when he really starts enjoying my scratches. I'm sure that it's really hot under that thick mane, and he enjoyed having some help scratching that area that's probably never been able to be scratched. Horses in the wild do spend a lot of time grooming each other, so this is something that humans can replicate. And to finish off day 5 session, I simply sat by him as he was eating his food for about 20 minutes. Now I'm on his right side, and he's very comfortable with me just hanging out over here by him, not asking anything of him. Downtime like this with your horses is one of the easiest ways that you can connect with them, and you already have to feed every day anyway, so you might as well. Stay tuned. Hey guys, if you've been enjoying my training videos, I would really appreciate it if you would give me a like and a follow, and go ahead and check out my website, nirvanamustangsanctuary.org, so you can help me save Mustangs. I hope you have a fantastic day.